Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 13th of December 1989, and the title is The Lines of Fortune of the Divine Brahmin Birth. Today, Bapdada, the creator of the world, is seeing all his children of the world in the form of human souls. Among all the souls, that is, among all the children, there are two types of children. One type are those who recognize the Father, and the others are those who call out to Him and are trying to recognize Him. However, all are His children. So today, Baba is seeing both types of children. Out of all the children, there are very few who recognize and meet Baba, whereas there are many who are trying to recognize Him. A line of elevated fortune is shining on the forehead of the children who recognize Baba. The most elevated line of fortune is the divine Brahmin birth received from the Father. The line of the divine birth is sparkling very brightly. The children who call out unknowingly believe that God has created them, but because they do not know Him, they are unable to experience the divine birth. You say that Bapdada has given you your divine birth, and they too say that God created them. God is the creator, and God is the one who is the sustainer. However, there is so much difference in what they say and what you say. You say from experience, intoxication, and knowledge that Bapdada, that is, the mother and father, created you. That is, He gave you your Brahmin birth. You know the Creator, your birth, your horoscope, the method, and the success of your divine birth. Each one of you remembers the day of your divine birthday. Do you not? What is the specialty of this divine birth? The souls with an ordinary birth celebrate their birthday, their education days, and their friends' days separately. What would you say? For you, your birthday, marriage day, and days of education are the same. Whether you call it Mother's Day, Father's Day, the engagement day, or whatever you wish to call it, it is the same day. Have you ever heard of such a divine birth? Throughout the entire cycle, you souls never have another day like this. In Satyug too, you will not have the same marriage, wedding day, and birthday. But at this confluence age, this is the specialty and the uniqueness of this great birth. In fact, the day that you become a Brahmin is your birthday and also your marriage day, because all of you make the promise, mine is one Baba and none other. This is the determined thought you have from the start, is it not? I eat only with you. I sit with you. I fulfill all relationships with you. This is the promise that all of you made, is it not? The Pandavas, the mothers, the Kumaris have also made this promise. Have you not? So, your mind cannot go anywhere else, even in your dreams. Are you firm to this extent? Or do you need a companion? Do you need a special companion for service? So, For whom would you celebrate the day of companionship? Will you celebrate the day of companionship of a serviceable companion, or of the Father being your companion? Whether someone gives service or takes service, at the time of service, do that service and then become so detached and loving that there is not the slightest feeling of obligation. Those who help you in service, whether a brother or a sister, would be special, would they not? Those who do special service would have a special right to. So be service companions, but be companions in the stage of being observers. When you forget the stage of being an observer and become companions, you forget the Father. Practice playing your part as an observer. There are 4 special lines of fortune sparkling on the forehead of each child. First is the line of divine birth. Second is the line of sustenance from God. Third is the line of godly service. Fourth is the line of selfless service. Although all 4 lines of fortune are sparkling on each one's forehead, a difference is visible in the sparkle. Because of the differences in their sparkle and in the lines being extended steadily. There are very few who have been experiencing a steady increase in all 4 lines from the beginning up until now. In between, the line of fortune in some aspects has broken, or the sparkle has either decreased or become unclear. When they look at the lines on a hand, they see that the lines on some people's hands are broken. Some are constant, some are clear, and some are not so clear. So, Bap Dada also continues to look at the children's line of fortune. Everyone has taken a divine birth, but the line of the divine birth of some is broken or not clear because they do not constantly follow the religion and action of the birth. What is your dharma? What is your karma? You know this, do you not? All you Brahmins are moving forward with sustenance from God. Whether you are surrendered or whether you live in a household, you are moving along according to the Father's directions. What would the householder say? Do you eat what you have earned, or do you eat from that which belongs to the Father? You eat from what is the Father's because you have given everything you have to the Father, and it belongs to Him. Does it not? Even if you are earning, do you hand over the income you have earned to the Father, or do you use it for yourself? You are a trustee, are you not? So, a trustee does not have anything for himself. In being a householder, there is the consciousness of mine, whereas being a trustee, everything belongs to the Father. Even though you prepare the food yourself, you believe that you are eating Brahma Bhojan. Whom do you offer bhog to first? You offer it to the Father, do you not? To offer it means to eat what has come from the Father. You eat Brahma Bhojan. Even if you use something for your children, you do that according to directions. Just as the surrendered brothers and sisters use their mind, body, and wealth in different tests. In the same way, those who live on the household path also use their body and wealth for something considering it to be entrusted to them according to the Father's Srimad. You do this, do you not? There isn't dishonesty. That is, you don't mix the dictates of your mind in that which has been given to you in trust, do you? So, all Brahmin souls are receiving godly sustenance. Sustenance is given in order to make you powerful. What is the practical form of the sustenance received from the mother? The child becomes powerful. So, you have all become master, almighty authorities through the sustenance given by Brahma, the mother. However, some children use the powers all the time, whereas others do not use the powers they have attained, that is, the sustenance they have received at all times. That is, they do not put this sustenance into a practical form. This is why, even though you receive the most elevated sustenance, you remain weak and the line of fortune is broken. In the same way, take the line of the study. The aim and object of the study is to claim an elevated status. Baba, the teacher, teaches the same study to everyone and he teaches it at the same time. Nevertheless, not everyone has the same intoxication or status of the elevated Brahman life and the study. Because of not constantly keeping the status of the angelic form and the deity form in your awareness, there is a difference in each one's line of fortune. The same applies in the line of service. Brahma Baba reminded you of the specialty of service in the blessings in the final moments of the corporeal form. Be incorporeal, viceless, and egoless. You cannot give the fruit of service to any soul without stabilizing yourself in the incorporeal stage, because the arrow from the soul strikes the soul. If you are not constantly stable in this stage, then the ones whom you serve are not able to become constant embodiments of remembrance. In the same way, for being viceless, if you have any trace of vice, it will not allow another soul to be transformed from the Shudra clan to the Brahmin clan. That soul will also have to labor, and this is why the soul is unable to constantly experience the fruit of love. The meaning of serving with humility is to be an embodiment of that fruit and bow down. Without humility, there cannot be renewal. That is, there cannot be success in service. To put these three blessings, incorporeal, viceless, and egoless, into the practical service constantly is what is called the unbroken line of fortune. Now, check all four lines of fortune. Are they unbroken and constant, or are they broken? Are they clear or unclear? You have become the lucky handful out of multi-millions, but you must become the few among those. Those who are the few out of those multi-millions will be respected by all and become worthy of worship in the future. The sign of those whose line of fortune is unbroken is that they are even now loved by all of the Brahmin family. Because they are respected, everyone's blessings make the line of fortune of the elevated souls sparkle. So ask yourself, who am I? So, have you heard what Baba saw today? People of the world say that God is the sustainer, that He is the bestower of life, but they don't even have the introduction of the bestower of life, whereas you say with intoxication how God is the bestower of life and the sustainer. You are also receiving sustenance from Brahma, the mother, and by following the elevated instructions of the Father, you have become worthy souls. The Father makes the children worthy, and the Mother makes them powerful. So, you have both these experiences. Do you not? Acha. There are more from the Gita Pathshalas who have come. So, who are the ones from the Gita Pathshalas? The ones who listen to the knowledge of the Gita are Arjuna. So, do you listen in the consciousness of being Arjuna? Or is Arjuna someone else? Do you consider yourself to be Arjuna? So always listen while experiencing that you are Arjuna and that God Himself is especially giving you the knowledge of the Gita. So all those from a Gita Pathshala will become number one. Listen with this method and you will go ahead. The Gita Pathshalas are good to keep the teachers busy. The Gita Pathshalas make you tour around and also keep you busy. Very good expansion takes place too. They take less labor and are more helpful. It is the greatness of those from the Gita Pathshalas. Is it not? This is why the Father loves those from the villages. Maya also comes in a large form at the larger places, whereas those from the villages have Maya of the villages. Therefore, those of you from the villages are very good. Where have the greatest number come from? Acha. Wherever you may be from, at the moment all of you are Madhuban residents. What is the permanent address of all the teachers? It is Madhuban, is it not? That is a shop and this is a home. So, which do you remember more, the home or the shop? Some remember the shop more. Even when they sleep, they only remember the shop. But all of you can stabilize your intellect wherever you choose. Even while living at a center, you can be a Madhuban resident, and while living in Madhuban, you can be a server. Do you have this practice? Think about it, and you will be able to stabilize in that stage in a second. This is the specialty of the teacher's stage. Your intellect is also surrendered, is it not? Or have you surrendered it just for service? A surrendered intellect means it is able to be stable wherever you choose and whenever you choose. This is the sign of specialty. You have surrendered your intellect, have you not? Or is it that you have only half surrendered your intellect and fully surrendered your body? Some teachers say that when they sit for yoga, Instead of becoming soul conscious, they remember their service. It should not be like that. Because if instead of becoming bodiless at the final moment, there is a thought about service, you will fail in the paper of a second. At that time, there has to be the stage of just one Baba, incorporeal, viceless, and egoless, and of not remembering anything else. This is the final stage that Father Brahma created, completely incorporeal. When you come into service, you will be in the corporeal form. Therefore, let there be the practice of creating whatever stage you choose, whenever you choose. Otherwise, you will be deceived. Don't think, at least I did not have a bad or sinful thought. It was only a thought about service. However, this means that there is no controlling power. If there is no controlling power, there cannot be ruling power. You will then not be able to become a ruler. So, let there be this practice from now on. There has to be the practice over a long period of time from now. Do not be light about this. So, did the teachers hear what they have to practice? Then you will be called the teachers who follow the Father. Always keep Father Brahma and the three blessings in front of you and follow them. This is easy, is it not? These last blessings are very powerful. If you constantly keep these three blessings in your consciousness and put them into practice, you will definitely have a right to the Father's heart throne and the future kingdom. Acha? To all the children who are constantly knowledgeful and powerful, the same as the Father, to the fortunate children whose lines of elevated fortune from the bestower of fortune are constantly clear, to the special souls who are equal to the Father and have received the three blessings from the Father, to the ones who constantly move ahead with their sustenance and study of the Brahmin birth, to the eternally fortunate children, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. To a group from Maharashtra, do you always experience yourselves to be overflowing with all attainments? You never become empty, do you? The Father has given you so much attainment that if you accumulate all those attainments in you, you can never become empty. It isn't even a question of anything for just this birth, but the attainments of this birth will be with you for many births. Since He has given you so much that it will also last you in the future, how can you be empty at this time? If your intellect remains empty, there will be fluctuation. If something is not full, it fluctuates. So, the sign of being full is that Maya has no margin to come. It is Maya that makes you fluctuate. So, does Maya come or not? Does she come in your thoughts? For half the cycle, you have experienced the kingdom of Maya, and you are now going to your own kingdom. When you become a conqueror of Maya, your own kingdom will come, and the easy way to become a conqueror of Maya is to remain always full of all attainments. Do not remain deprived of a single attainment. Have all attainments. It should not be, I have all of this, but if I don't have this one thing, it doesn't matter. If there is the slightest lack of anything, Maya will not leave you alone. She will make you fluctuate in that area. So let there not be any margin for Maya to come. If Maya comes and you then have to chase her away, time is wasted in that. So, have you become a conqueror of Maya? Do not think that you will become that in 2 or 3 years. For Brahmins, the slogan is, if not now, then never. Now, according to the speed of time, anything can happen at any time. Therefore, become intense effort makers. Acha, blessing, may you be a master world creator who experiences the obstacles of Maya as a game. When little children in their childish carelessness say anything or even do something to their elders, the elders consider the children to be little innocent children. They are not affected by anything. In the same way, when you consider yourselves to be master world creators, you will feel the obstacles of Maya to be children's game. If Maya comes through any soul as a problem, obstacle, or test paper, you will not be afraid and you will not blame that soul. Slogan: fill yourself with love, power, and godly attraction, and everyone will cooperate with you. Om Shanti.